For decades, many cities in California have enacted bans against cruising, where people parade their custom-built lowrider cars on city streets. But recently, there has been a push to overturn those ordinances, which many argue have been used to unfairly target Latinos. William Brangham reports from San Jose for our Arts and Culture series, Canvas.
In San Jose, California, it's a night for celebration. That's because, for the first time in more than 35 years, lowriding is legal again.
Let's be proud, let's be safe, and let's keep it low and slow.
Hours earlier, outside City Hall, San Jose formally ended its ordinance against cruising, where drivers take their lowriders, these classic cars that have been stripped down, jacked up, refashioned, and painted every color on the spectrum, and drive them up and down city streets.
Like they say, cruising is not a crime.
For Robert Gutierrez, who first began lowriding in the 1970s, repealing this ban was a long time coming. We talked with him and two other longtime members of the New Style Car Club.
You know, now that hopefully everybody's on the same page and they know that we're just out there having fun with our families and friends and we're obeying the law. What's wrong with it?
Lowriding has been a target of police suspicion since the beginning of lowriding.
John Ulloa is a historian at San Francisco State University who has studied the lowrider movement. He says lowriding dates back to the 1940s and grew alongside the Chicano civil rights movements in the 1960s and 70s.
Having the cars and the people who built the cars, people who drive the cars present is quite a cultural statement, and it's a visual reminder and a visual cue about our pride as Chicanos.
It was popularized in the famous song Lowrider by the funk band War.
All my friends know the lowrider.
This 1975 hit went to #1 on the Billboard R&B charts. It was also made famous by movies like 1979's Boulevard Nights.
You've got to live through Boulevard Nights.
But as its popularity grew, spreading everywhere from Brazil to Japan, lowriders in the U.S. have often clashed with law enforcement, which argued the cars are often illegally modified, block traffic, and drivers were linked to gang activity.
When you modify the suspension on a car, it's illegal. If you customize a car and you shave your mirrors, well, that's a vehicle code violation. And, you know, are all lowriders up for sainthood? No. Do some lowriders have past gang affiliation? Yes. But I would say that for the most part, lowriders are hardworking people.
We got to understand when we think about the no cruising ordinances, right? If you notice, the signs are only in the brown community.
Flavio Huizar is with Sacramento's Lowriding Commission.
These ordinances came in to deal with gangs, right? But in the process, they threw a net over the whole entire brown community, Latin community, black community. And basically what they said was everybody in these beautiful canvases on 4 wheels are gang members.
Canvases on 4 wheels. That's what many in the lowriding community wish more people would see.
No one builds a lowrider to keep it hidden in their garage.
Ricardo Cortez is a lowrider and artist who teaches young kids about this movement.
I see lowriding as an art form. For me, just like art, it needs to be seen, it needs to be witnessed, it needs to be experienced in order to understand it.
So when the sun comes out, you'll see it just glistens.
If building lowriders is an art form, painter and carmaker Jose Orendain's driveway is an open-air gallery. This green 1965 Chevy Impala, or this 1952 Chevy pickup he's rebuilding with his son, and especially this, his own car, a 1952 Chevy Fastback.
So these cars are pretty much a huge canvas to me. I just say, how far can I take this? How far can I go? How many lines can I push, you know? And I feel that's the artist way, right? Like you wanna be different. You wanna set yourself apart from the rest. You wanna show your identity with whatever you're sculpting, and this is mine right here.
He says when he buys an old car, before he does anything to it, he goes through a somewhat unusual practice.
When I'm building a car, I sit down and I listen to the car. You know, I just sit in front of the car and I watch it and just hang out with it, and then the car reaches out and kind of tells you what direction it wants you to go.
Oh, this is the Volta you're talking about.
That's exactly right there.
He followed the same process with his wife Estrella's car, but what he heard her 64 Chevy Impala Super Sport saying was a bit different than what Estrella wanted.
So when I saw this vehicle and we started talking about actually working on it, I did say I wanted it gunmetal gray. And I said, but whatever you do, I said, no pink and no rainbow glitter.
Yeah, and I think it looks good. I think it looks good.
And the marriage is still intact?
Yes, it is.
The last no cruising sign has come down in the city of San Jose, and lowriders are back together, celebrating their craft and their community.
There you go. Okay.
For the PBS NewsHour, from the front seat of a hopping 79 Lincoln Continental Mark V, I'm William Brangham in San Jose, California.
William is having entirely too much fun. We can hear those cars speaking to us right now.